Hook 00035 Las Vegas, October 6, 2018. The fight is over. Khabib Nurmagomedov just submitted the most famous fighter on the planet. The crowd is still roaring. And then he jumps the cage, not to celebrate, to finish it. What you're about to hear is the story of why. And it starts not in Las Vegas, but in a tiny mountain village in Dagestan where a father decided his son would be unbreakable. Dagestan, Russia. Population 3 million. Known for nothing glamorous, no bright lights, no sponsors, no cameras, just mountains, cold winters, and one rule everyone knew: you don't complain, you don't quit, you survive. Khabib Nurmagomedov was born here in 1988. Village of Sildi, Avar tribe, Muslim family. His father, Abdulmanap, was no ordinary man. Soviet army veteran, combat sambo champion, a coach who believed softness was the enemy. When Khabib was 7 years old, his father made a decision. He merged the entire family, 16 boys, cousins, and brothers, into one 3-story house. No women, no distractions. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. One purpose: wrestling. It was like the military, Khabib later said. We had to wash our own clothes, cook our own food, clean everything ourselves. At 13, I didn't like it. Now I understand. And then there was the bear. At age 9, Abdulmanap put his son on a mat with a bear cub, not as a stunt, as a lesson. The lesson: fear is just a feeling. It doesn't stop you unless you let it. That 9-year-old boy didn't know it yet, but he was being built into something the world had never seen. Khabib's early career was invisible to the world. Small shows, empty arenas, almost no money. He fought in Russia, fought in Europe, fought anywhere that would have him. 29 fights, not one loss. But the road to UFC wasn't smooth. Visa problems, weight cut disasters, 6 consecutive fight cancellations before his title fight. His critics called him a ghost. When Khabib finally got to the UFC, nobody paid attention. He wasn't loud, he didn't trash talk. He just walked into the cage, grabbed people, and systematically destroyed them. Round after round, fight after fight. The same result every time. His style wasn't exciting to casual fans, but fighters were terrified. Because Khabib didn't just beat you, he broke your will. He made you feel helpless. He made you tap not from pain, but from the knowledge that there was no way out. Here's what most people don't know about the McGregor War. It didn't start with a press conference. It started with one word. In Russian, Artem Lobov called Khabib a coward in a media interview. In Dagestani culture, this is not a sports insult. This is a declaration. Khabib found Lobov in a Brooklyn hotel corridor, grabbed him by the neck and said, "Don't say my name, you understand me?" McGregor was in Ireland when he got the call. He jumped on a private jet, flew to New York overnight. And the next day, in the parking garage of Barclays Center, he threw a steel dolly through the window of a bus, Khabib's bus. 2 fighters were injured, glass everywhere. McGregor was arrested, and now it was personal. For both of them. October 6, 2018, UFC 229, 2.4 million pay-per-view buys, the biggest in UFC history. McGregor talked. Khabib said almost nothing. Then the cage door closed. For 4 rounds, Khabib turned McGregor into a student. Round 4, rear naked choke. McGregor tapped. Then Khabib did something no champion had ever done. He climbed the cage wall and jumped. Later he said, "They talked about my father, my nation, my religion. You touch my family, I touch yours." Fined $500,000, suspended 9 months. He said it was worth it. In 2020, Khabib faced something no training can prepare you for. His father got COVID-19, then a heart attack, then bypass surgery, twice placed in a medically induced coma. On July 3, 2020, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov died. He was 57 years old. Khabib disappeared from public life. No press, no social media, just silence. 3 months later, the UFC called. Justin Gaethje, title defense, Abu Dhabi. Khabib spoke to his mother for 3 days. She didn't want him to go. He made her a promise. This would be the last one. What nobody knew until after the fight, he walked into that cage with a broken foot, 2 broken toes, a fractured bone. He said nothing. He fought anyway. Second round, triangle choke. Gaethje was done, and then, for the first time in his life, Khabib Nurmagomedov fell to his knees in the center of the octagon and wept. Not from pain, not from relief, from grief, finally released. Today I want to say, this was my last fight. No way I'm going to come here without my father. He left his gloves on the mat and walked away, 29-0, forever. Here's what makes Khabib different from every other champion. Second most followed Muslim athlete in the world behind only Muhammad Salah, from a mountain village, no famous gym, no connections, no marketing team, just a father who believed his son could be the best if he was willing to suffer enough. John Jones never lost either, but scandals, suspensions, chaos. Anderson Silva was brilliant until he wasn't. Khabib never lost, never cheated, never complained, never asked for a rematch. And when the most important person in his life was gone, he kept his word and walked away. He now trains the next generation, including Islam Makhachev, who became champion after him. One village, two champions, one legacy. Some fighters want to be remembered as the greatest. Khabib Nurmagomedov wanted to make his father proud. He did both, 29-0. The eagle never fell.